Something wrong with my lighting. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all well. Karibu sana. Thank you, Christine, for the introduction. And I hope you can all hear me, yeah? We are good?
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
All right, thanks. So fine, for the next 1 hour, we're just going to have a quick overview of what to expect in the CIM program that will be coming up. And I'll start by just taking us through a little bit of a background about ISA. So Joy, as you put up the presentation, I think I'd like everybody to just say hello and maybe just say who you are and where you're coming from so that we know who's in the room. It would be good to know to see who is in the room. Okay? All right. So Joy, are you good?
Yes, I am, Brida. This session will be helpful to you all.
Okay. Yeah. Karibu sana. Hi, Martha. Also joining from Nairobi. Nice to see you here. Okay. All right. I think, Joy, as you put up the presentation, let me just start, okay? So that at least you're able to save on time. Okay, I think I can see it coming up. But anyway, I'll start by just giving a bit of an introduction on ISA as the screen starts to show. Karibu Eunice as well. Okay. All right. So just in terms of a background, okay, let's do this. Joy, let Christine put the updated presentation because I can see we need to do that as I just start talking about ISA. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, that
Could you assist, please? From the one that we were working on just now. All right, so ISA has been around for the last, now actually we just, last year we hit 10 years and we're grateful that we have come this far. And what we have been doing since that time is that we offer training in brand communications and advertising. At the point at which we started, we were offering primarily one program called Integrated Brand Communications, a program which we developed together with the industry, mainly helping fresh graduates to transition from college into the workplace. And so this program continues to be there. It's really just it really helps to bridge the gap between theory and practice. So that is the Integrated Brand Communications program that we initially started with. And then after that, then we introduced CIM, okay? So CIM came about a year later, and since then we have continued to offer it, okay? So good. Thank you for putting up the right presentation now. So I think we've already talked about that. We can go to the next slide. So back to the previous slide, sorry. So basically the way we have positioned ourselves in the marketplace is that we work very closely with industry, and that's how we even started our initial program, Integrated Brand Communications, and we continue to do that. So these are just some of the brands that we have worked with in co-creating content that we are able to put to you. And the main idea is really just to ensure that you don't feel like you're just coming back to school for the sake of coming back to school, but you're learning what you're actually going to immediately apply and allow you to grow in your career. Okay. All right, we can go next, Christine. Yeah, so this just shows the sequence of the different offerings, starting from what there is for fresh graduates into master classes for those who have more experience. We have the fresh graduate program, which, as I said, is what we started with. Then we have the integrated brand communications, which also still targets your early stage employees. Then now we have CIM, which is really what we are going to focus on. Primarily good, really good for those people who are now mid-stage and want to grow their careers and probably even become chartered marketers after that. And then very short master classes here and there, which is primarily for those who are seeking to adopt new practices in the marketplace. Next slide. So just back to CIM, CIM actually offers various levels. There's level 3, which is good for those people just coming out of high school. We like calling it more like a gap year sort of thing that you can take between high school and university. And then there's level 4, which is good for those coming straight out of university. And then there is level 6 for those who have had more experience. And we recommend normally at least 4 to 5 years of experience in marketing. And at this point, what you do is gain a diploma. At the level 4 level, you're gaining a certificate, as well as level 3, where you get a foundation certificate. Karibu, Jude. So continue, please, on the slides. Okay, so as I said, we're going to focus on the level 6 because that is what we are talking about. We have 2 programs that are coming up in in June. The AI for marketing and social media management. And just to give you some context, when it comes to achieving your diploma in CIM level 6, you basically actually have to do 4 units. So this is just 2 that we are offering right now. In total, you still have to do 4. And then, of course, make sure you have passed for each of them. And in that case, you're able to get your qualification. So let's go straight, without further ado, into talking about the program. So next slide. I think we're going to start with Nyandia. Karibu sana, Nyandia. We're really excited about having you here. Of course, I'll allow you to introduce yourself a little bit more, but we have a special place for Nyandia at ISA because she actually did her CIM with us and was one of those people who successfully completed it without too much of a hassle. And of course, we know that Nyandia, you have continued to do amazing things in the industry. You're offering a lot of information.
Thank you.
A lot of thought leadership as well. And now with your agency, we know that you're really keeping up with what is needed in the marketplace.
Thank you.
And we felt you're the best fit actually for this particular course. So I'll allow you to now talk more about CIM, AI for marketing. You can go to the next slide. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Susan. Thank you so much, admin, Christine, everybody who's here. Asante sana. My name is Nyandia. Yes, I am a product of ISA. I always say that a lot. ISA skilled my skills. Sometimes a lot of people say it scaled my career, but then truly it's the skills that you add that then are able to scale your career into a completely different ball game. I can't emphasize enough just how incredible it is, the fact that I somehow landed at ISA. It's truly brilliant. So I'll be introducing my course just so that you know what will be upcoming. I'll be your trainer for AI in marketing. I am a heavy user of AI. I co-founded AI creative agency called Minty Lime, where we harness the power of AI to do campaigns and launch brands and manage them successfully through precision marketing, which is enabled by the data that we collect through artificial intelligence and research and all these other amazing tools that we'll be playing around with once we get into the class itself. Yes, next slide. So the goal here is we're going to learn how to apply AI in marketing, especially when you take a CIM in marketing course, you will realize it's a little different from what you think it is or from what you've done in your bachelor's or even your master's. It's very different. It's more intense, it's more practical, it's more advanced, it's more applicable to every single part of this universe. You can be placed anywhere and it will apply. So then the idea is to make sure that we're using AI ready tools, but we're using AI tools that are ready for the market that we can implement throughout that customer journey. So that is what I'll be taking you through. We will analyze the challenges. We're in Africa, so there's a lot of AI ethics and bias. There's a lot of loss of or lack of technical skills, and also how to integrate it into actual marketing strategies and campaigns, and to reiterate that based on what we get as output. So we will be doing a lot of practice. No, there's a practical assessment bit here, but a lot of the lessons we will be doing, we will learn and apply a practical session, learn, apply a practical session. So that's how I look forward to doing my actual lessons. Next slide. Yes, that's just a brief description of myself. Next slide. Yes, so we will be covering three key areas. Of course, identifying AI in marketing. So the core concepts, we will go through just a small background of AI, just so that you understand the precipice from which it was founded, but in a very interesting way. I will do my best to make sure that you enjoy this class, that we have real life examples and applications of this AI where we're not even able to do it ourselves. I'll make sure we get an expert who can teach us how to use these AI tools, whether it's content creation, whether it's data analytics, whether it's Google itself. We will make sure that every single case scenario we can apply and you can see how that works. Next slide, please. Then yes, we will analyze real campaigns. We will identify the tools for that. And then of course, again, once that is done, real life application will take place. If you're in my class, we can use the case studies that you guys want, or I can bring my own. But by then we'll have gotten acquainted with each other to where if you've seen something really hot out there, like a Coca-Cola advert or anything that is really blowing your mind, we can pick that and use that as our case study to these lessons, where we can now break it down further to see how you can, redo the same, but now personalized to what you need yourself or for your clients. Next slide. Area 2 is understanding the challenges of AI in business. So data privacy, that will come up a lot because now your images are out there. You're giving GPT to your images to create Ghiblis. What is it doing with that data? Is there an algorithm bias when you're trying to get information, say about Central Kenya or Western Kenya? Is it giving you correct information, or is it giving you biased data that has been collected through the times, through the lenses of other people who are not African? What skill gaps are there? Which AI is for us that is owned by us as Africans? And what can we use, or what can we do to even build our own AI? And then, of course, there's the legal and ethical rules of navigating it, and how the government is, the policies are up and coming there. So we will tackle what will have been done by the government this far, because I'm tracking it, and we are heavy into those policies, just to make sure you're also staying updated with how that's going on. Next slide, please. Still on area 2, yes, we will go through the critic risks. So the risks of using AI in projects once again, because again, you also don't want to lose that human touch. That soul of actual marketing is in human touch. So how then do we make sure that that is not lost, in as much as we are here making things a bit better, a bit faster, a bit more scalable using artificial intelligence and all these other tools? I will encourage a lot of group activity. The goal is to have one of the most mind-blowing, exciting classes that you take, and that you are able to apply. So even by the time you're finishing the 10 weeks with me, you're so ingrained and have applied it so many times that you're so ready for the market with the tools and the skills that we will have gone through. Next slide, please. Then now we have the last session, which is area 3, which is planning AI utilization in marketing. So now we will get into the more internal tools like strategy, tool selection in itself. You don't need all the tools, but which tools can we go throughout the customer journey for awareness? What can we use? What is good to use? What is paid? What is free? What is group work? What is not? All the way to conversion and post-purchase and loyalty. How do we integrate a tool? How do we create agents to ensure that the whole customer journey is seamless? And hopefully, if we're able to, I hope we're also able to create our own agent that you guys can use for your businesses. Yes, next slide. Yes. And then now, of course, there is the assessment and module summary. So for you to be assessed on this, there is, of course, the usual CIM laws, how much of the class you have to have attended, how much you will be graded by, your projects, and the timelines for assessments and things like this. Next slide, please. I think we're done. Yes. So yes, that is my session. I hope you're excited for this as I am. I promise to make it worth your while. Yes, and I look forward to seeing you in class soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nyandia. I just sort of want to step in here. I was not supposed to, but I will.
Okay.
Allow me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought I mentioned, obviously we are, AI has become a working tool, and I'm sure everybody here is using AI every day in one way or other.
Yeah.
But what I'm also finding about it when it comes to marketing is, and even funnily, even in places like LinkedIn, I find somebody's posting and saying how I can use AI for marketing. And when they list down exactly how they're using AI for marketing, I find it's a content calendar, it's SEO, it's copy, it's which of course is part and parcel of marketing. But I am finding, and this program will be so key to that, is helping people actually understand how you can use AI at the higher funnel of strategy,
Yes.
of research, of targeting, of segmentation, of positioning, of those things that actually form strategy before you get into tactics at the bottom of copy and all that stuff. So I'm really hoping that people also will see the beauty of how AI can be used throughout end to end in that process. And maybe actually, since Nyandi, I know you had another appointment, maybe if we're not able to accommodate questions later, even you another burning question, or maybe Nyandi, you have further comments, you can also bring them up.
No, not a comment. But yes, I agree with what you're saying, especially the strategy bit and predictive analysis. So that will be the key part, especially when it comes to this level 6.1. Before then, we down it and disintegrate it, fragment it further now into the actual applications, the tools and things like that. But yes, I agree.
Okay, great. Does anyone have any questions for Nyandia? I know she had a tight schedule and might not be able to stay right up to the end where we want to take questions. Just in case there's anyone who has a burning question, you could ask now, or even you can put it on the chat as we go along. All right, so back to you, Christine.
Thank you.
You can put it back on slideshow.
I'll be handling Mule's presentation. Martin Mule will be the.
You can put it on slideshow, Christine.
Sorry, I'm unable to. Okay.
Just the way it was before. Yeah.
Joy will be sharing.
Just put it back to slideshow. Yeah, unfortunately, Moody is not able to join us. Something has come up and he's not able to join us. So Christine from the marketing team will be doing his
Yes,
part.
Joy is sharing in a few.
All right, good.
Yes. So go to 19. So yes, the next slide. I think it's not moving on your end, Joy. Yeah, it's a bit slow. Apologies for that. So as I said, my name is Christine Cherono. I'm the Marketing Projects Executive here at ISA. I'll be covering on behalf of Martin Muli. He's the one who's gonna be the trainer for social media management, the module that's gonna be offered in June. So Martin Muli, we all know him, or maybe some of us know him. He's the managing director at Techie. He's the digital marketing and e-commerce trainer, Pan-African E-commerce Initiative, PECI. He's also a digital marketing adjunct lecturer here at ISA. He's a digital optimization trainer. Also, now he'll be handling the social media management module. He's an e-commerce and digital marketing trainer at SOMA. He is the founder and director of Kenya Social Media Awards, SOMA Awards. He was also a founder and director at Top 25 Women in Digital. And he has also worked and consulted and trained for different corporate organizations, including Nation Media Group, Safaricom, Deloitte, OLX, UNDP, Ministry of ICT, World International, etc. So he puts it as a statement that social media management is a strategic process of overseeing and optimizing a brand's presence on various social media platforms. It involves creating and scheduling content, engaging with audiences, and analyzing performance to achieve specific marketing and business goals. I think this summarizes social media management in overall, and the tasks that it involves from the strategy part to the tasks involved, and to also, the engaging with your audiences as another communication channel. So during this course, Mule will cover short form video dominance. We know how that has been. He will also cover AI powered insights. He will also cover the growth of social commerce. We know that the use of social media platforms to promote that social commerce is now the use of, social media to sell and also promote products and services. And according to Shopify, it says that the earnings in social commerce will reach up to $80 billion in 2025. So that is something we need to watch out. And we have also seen, while also scrolling on our social media platforms like Instagram, or there's a now add to cart button. So you can now, not move from platform to platform, but just buy on your social, on that platform that you're in. We have seen also TikTok, has garnered some, traction on that, and businesses are using it. He'll also cover the relevance of UGC content. And we know that now UGC is a viable and cost-effective marketing strategies. It allows, followers and product users to promote the brand rather than the brand promoting itself, which according to studies, that it states that 92% of people are more likely to trust a recommendation from another person over branded content. We have seen, brand a Coke campaign that is going on. It was, it started a long time ago. From the time we went, we started seeing it. And from that time, Coca-Cola did this campaign of Share a Coke, where now users share a bottle of Coke with their names. That time they got around 150 million impressions from that. So that is something also he'll cover. He'll also cover the niche platforms, which are now gaining traction. We know that a niche platform is not like any other social media, platform, but it allows, users to share information, to make connections, and also to, it narrows the connection and enables brands to have personalized experience. It allows the users to access knowledge and also have that, sense of belonging. So for niche platforms, we know that, and studies have shown that they have higher conversion rates because of how they have been built up, and also you tend to get higher brand loyalty on niche platforms and authentic interactions on niche platforms. We know Reddit is one of them, and yeah. So also, what will be covered in this, course and module as a trend is customer service. And we know social customer service is now becoming a thing. Traditionally, it was just thought, customer service traditionally was thought as a post-sale activity. And we knew that, marketers are the ones who attract the leads, the sales rep close the leads, and customer support help the customers. But nowadays, consumers expect brands to offer help way before they make the decision to buy and long after they have made their purchase. So customer service and social customer service now, the customer service being offered on social platforms is becoming or is now part of the entire buying cycle of a customer. We know of, Nike brand. They have own dedicated, page that is called Team Nike, and now they have now a dedicated social handle response team who now, are able to respond to clients' inquiries. We also, what will be tackled in this module is the rise of social media as a search engine. And we have also seen that these days, if you want to know something, people actually are going to TikTok over Google search, to just to search anything that they want to know about. So yes, social media is quickly rising as a search engine. And also what will be tackled in this module is social listening, which we know is different from social media monitoring. Now, we know that now through this social listening, brands are able to analyze conversations about their brand, their industry, specific words, and competitors across various online channels. It is proactive compared to social media monitoring. So this is data. I hope the screen is all right. Sorry, just wanted to make it full screen. So this is a research that was done, and now it's a mix of metrics illustrating the use of top social media platforms. So we are seeing that Facebook has, 3.07 billion users, and this was according to last year's research. YouTube follows closely, has 2.3 billion users, followed by Instagram with 2 billion, and WhatsApp, that I think that's the same because they're the same platform. TikTok follows after WhatsApp with 1.69 billion, followed by WeChat, then Telegram, and Facebook Messenger, and then also now it ends with Pinterest. So that shows us, this data is helpful to us and in knowing, where our social media efforts will lie. Okay, slide. So the whole module covers strategic management use of social media. It will cover 3 areas. It will cover developing the necessary knowledge to create this and skills to create an integrated social media strategy. And it will also help you develop effective social media management skills, as well as knowing how to apply the tools that are available to measure your social media activities. You will also learn how to develop a social media strategy. You'll also learn to understand, changing customer behavior, because we are knowing with all these trends that are coming up, the customer behavior is also, changing. And you'll also learn how to carry out a social media audit, which is really, really important to know, to understanding your social media efforts, and also to be proactive in planning, in forecasting. Yeah, and also social listening repetition management. You learn resource allocation and management, which is very key in the social media management conversation for brands, as well as testing social media assets and campaign optimizations. We know, according to now, how Nyandia has said, AI is quickly, assisting in all these tasks, in campaign optimization, in understanding and tracking customer behavior. So I think this will also help us to have a foundational knowledge, such that even once with all the AI tools that are available, it will only be beneficial for you to apply AI with the foundational knowledge. But AI to anyone without foundational knowledge will only just be, AI. And then lastly, you will also learn social media management and reporting tools. So that's it for Molly's presentation. I don't know if any one of you has a question. Okay, so we'll proceed if no one has a question. So in this new syllabus, the new syllabus that was introduced last year, CIM level 6 now has 2 routes for you to, choose the modules that you decide the modules that you will do. You will have to, decide between route 1 and route 2. So route 1 has 6 modules. Now you have to pick 4 out of the 6. Strategy and planning module is a mandatory module with the new syllabus. And then you have level 2, commercial intelligence and societal impact. You choose one between the 2. And then we also have level 3, customer journey optimization, brand proposition, and content strategy. So in step 3, you choose one, so that your total number of credits will be 50. So if you pick strategy and planning, that's 20. Maybe you pick commercial, that's another 10, that's 30. And then you pick 2, maybe brand proposition and content strategy, that will amount to 50. Now, if you decide to, go with route 2, it's similar to route 1, and the only difference is on the step 3. So while in route 1, in step 3, you will have to pick 2. In route 2, in route 1, in step 3, you'll have to pick 2, sorry. In route 2, you will only have to pick 1, because with this new syllabus, CIM introduced what they call special award modules, which is what you see below the screen, AI in marketing and social media management. Now, I'd also want to announce to you that for strategy and planning, CIM also has a well-structured calendar. So for strategy and planning module, it was offered, we offered it in February. So the next time it will be offered will be next year at the same time. Same to commercial intelligence. We offered it around March. So the next time this module will be offered will be next year at the same time. So for this, the remaining of this year, we will be offering AI in marketing and social media management in June. And now also in September, you will have the privilege to select between customer journey optimization, brand proposition, and content strategy. So in summary, that means if you're planning yourself, you can join. If you decide to go with Route 2, you can start your CIM level 6 in June with either AI in marketing and social media management. You can only pick one. And then in September, if you're going with Route 2, you will only have to pick one in step 3 because they will all be offered in September. I hope that is clear. I'll cover now the CIM membership journey. Number one is after registering with us and paying the tuition fee, you get to become a member of CIM, and then you also get to have assessments for CIM. The CIM also have their own assessment, but Susan will cover this. And then there's also benefits for the Chartered CPD program, which also Susan will cover. So I'd like to hand over to Susan at this point. Over to you, Susan.
Okay, thank you, Christine. So I'll just talk a little bit about the first part, which is CIM membership, and I hope we can go into the next slide now. Before you do anything with CIM, you have to become a member. Yeah. So this is actually just to tell you that there's so many benefits in becoming a member. Sometimes we have members who don't even end up doing CIM because there's a lot you can still gain even just by virtue of being a member. It's an annual membership. You pay £65, but it does give you a lot of other information other than the guidance that you need for your qualification. So first, it gives you a lot of research and thought leadership. CIM conducts a lot of research, and you will find that there are a number of white papers, related to different key areas in marketing, from strategy, consumer behavior, trends, and just looking at even what is happening in the world. It'd be interesting to see even how something like the Gaza Palestinian issue is affecting the marketing profession. So there's a lot of research that they do around that you can always just have a look at and see how it can enrich you. Besides that, there are marketing resources. Now, these resources are actually publications, different types of publications. They have weekly, they have monthly, they have quarterly publications. All those names, EBSCO, Emerald, Exchange, Catalyst, are all different types of publications. They're very newsy, like Cutting Edge, for example, is very newsy, just telling you what is happening in a, almost on a real-time basis, and how is that affecting marketing. And then finally, it also has an iLibrary, where there are various marketing books, textbooks, so to speak, that you can actually use. Of course, you would use them both for your qualification, but you can also just use them just to continue enhancing your marketing skills. Next slide. So this is just to give you an idea of what the interface or the dashboard for the books look like. So there are various titles here, and it will be interesting to see that a lot of these books are the same ones you probably find on Amazon, but because you're a CIM member, you actually get them at a lower price. As you can see, there's a 20% off if you buy these products through here because you happen to be a member. All right, let's go on. And then there's also a section under the CIM membership dashboard called the Marketing Expert. Now here, what happens is that they offer you practical webinars every now and then. Webinars normally will just last an hour. They'll be there either weekly, sometimes they're there bi-weekly. But again, the webinars are actually very broad because they'll talk strategy, they'll talk tactics, they'll even talk about just careers. How can you grow in your career? What are those skills you probably need to start thinking about? So they're very, very broad. The other thing that is very interesting about the Marketing Expert is it gives you a lot of templates. One very good thing about any training program, a good measure of a training program is that does it leave you a template that you can use or a tool that you can use to help you apply what it is that you have learned. So it gives you a lot of those. As you can see, there are 200 plus briefs and templates to guide you, whether you're developing a strategy, you're doing your audit, you're doing your social media planning, you're doing your calendars. There are all these templates also that it just readily provides for you. even things like legal guidance, because we can see especially things around data protection is becoming quite important. So that's what you'll see. You'll see a lot of webinars and all these tools and templates that can also help you as you go along. Okay, the next slide. And then finally, you probably heard about CPD programs. This exists actually across any career, whether you're in marketing, you're a lawyer, you're in PR, even a doctor. You find that every now and then, every year, you actually have to keep demonstrating that you're building your skills. So for under CIM, there's the CPD program, which means that whenever you do something that's helping you build your skills, whether it's attending a workshop, a training, even a major campaign that you run, um, you know, some of these seminars that you go for, conferences, all that, you can actually put them on the platform, on the on your CIM platform, and it will tell you how many CPD points that you generate as a result of this activity. Because as you grow your CPD points, it makes it much easier then for you to eventually become a chartered marketer. Because becoming a chartered marketer is not only about doing the course, it's also about demonstrating what you're doing. How are you making an impact? How are you making an impact with brands? How are you making an impact with people? How you are making an impact on yourself? So all those things, you need to demonstrate them, and that's what CPD actually allows you to do, okay? So yeah, this is your step towards becoming a chartered marketer. And if you do this level 6, and then you make sure you become a member, and you keep updating your CPD points here, and then do your level 7 after this, then you become a chartered marketer. I think that's it for me. Just, yeah, this is just to show the dashboard. Once you're in, you see the different study resources that are there. So this is just to show it's a clean, simple dashboard. And you can see over here, it has both what you need as a student, you know, if you're doing the qualification, things like the bookings, assessment guidance, assessment submission, the dates, all those things are there. But at the same time, you also have your other resources. You'll see that. Next slide. Yeah, so these are all the other resources which I've just talked about. It just shows you what the dashboard looks like. Okay. So Eugene, which of the routes is the diploma in professional marketing? So the two routes that Christine took you through will take you through the digital marketing, professional digital marketing qualification. The only thing is that now you choose, do I want route 1 or route 2? It really depends. You have to look at it and look at the units that are provided. Maybe you can go back to those slides, Christine. And then you're going to select them according to what is relevant to your own career goals, okay? Because route 1, as you can see, does not include the last two. For me, what I've generally found is that the key difference between route 1 and route 2 is route 2 is more digitally inclined because of the other additions it has compared to route 1. By the way, digital kind of cuts through everything now. You know, we're living in a digital world, so it doesn't matter. There's going to be digital, but it's the depth that you're going to go with digital that matters. For example, if you're very involved in content and you're going to be involved in social media management, route 2 would be better for you than route 1. So, but both of them will give you the same qualification of professional digital marketing. Okay, thank you for that, Eugene. All right. Okay, I think Christine, you can continue. So we have 10 more minutes to finish administration.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So I'll take you through what Inside entails and what we do to help and support you guys as you go through the course. First, we offer interactive classes, and we do. Hi, can you hear me, guys?
There's an echo.
Yeah. So is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. So on the admin side, we do host the Zoom sessions. These sessions mostly are inclusive of breakout rooms, which are discussion rooms that the members in the session, the learners, engage during the sessions. We also have one-on-one talks. The sessions are continuing. These actually ensure that in case of any questions or a point that was missed, the trainer takes note and it's taken care of during the session. We also ensure calls and service at the end of the session. We also have that go beyond the you feel the information is able to get into the uh, for feedback so that to ensure that they understand what as well as what should be. The session.
Hi, the echo is back.
Hi. Hello, I hope you can hear me clearly now.
Yeah, much better.
Good. Okay. So these sessions are recorded. The recording notes as well as any transcripts that are shared by the trainers are shared at the end of every lesson. The students do have access to these resources. This will help them during revision as they prepare for the assessments. They are always able to access these notes and recordings. And then we at least make sure we have one trainer for the entire program, ensuring that the students don't feel the need to keep on changing trainers and, they get the content that different trainers have might get lost. We are also available on WhatsApp and calls and emails, either the admin support and the course advisors as well. So the students are able to get in touch with us whenever they need any assistance. As for the assessments, these are done majorly online. For the new syllabus, the range, the assessments are a range of multiple choice questions for all the units. The only exception is the strategy and planning, which will need an assignment, which is a written assignment to be submitted to CIM, and also a multiple choice question for this particular unit. So when submitting the strategy and planning assignments, the first thing the facilitator or the trainer in this case will have to have a one-on-one review with the learners to check and guide them on the process of preparing and submitting this assignment. The learner then shares the final assessment with the facilitator so that the facilitator is able to review the assignment. The facilitator gives feedback to the learner with recommendations or approvals on what to add or what to delete in the assignment. The learner then will now liaise with the admin so that the admin will be able to check for any plagiarism on the assignment before it's being submitted. And then the admin is able now to give feedback to the learner whether the assignment is clear of any plagiarism or not. The learner then goes ahead and uploads this assignment to the MyCIM portal. The learner, during registration, the learner is given login credentials for the MyCIM portal. The admin then is able to see that this learner has submitted an assignment on the Calibrant platform, which is the platform where the assignments are uploaded to. So CIM then will acknowledge that they received the assignment from this learner, and then they will proceed to mark the assignment. Once they have marked, CIM sends the results of the assignment to the learner's portal directly. So for one to register as a member, you log into www.cim.co.uk, then you click on membership, and then you select on studying
membership. There's a portal for studying membership. Once, so this is a sample of how the dashboard looks like. So you click on the studying membership. There's an annual registration fee of £65 that every member, every learner has to pay for them to become a certified member of CIM and for them to get a membership number as well. So for the assessment, once you register, you're able on the dashboard that the learner gets, there is an option where they see the important dates. These are the assessment dates, which are inclusive of when the class is, the time frame of the class. They also get the assessment booking window. You have to book the assessment. There's a time frame given by CIM. So for the case of those who are taking the classes, include, for example, the lessons that are starting next week, these classes are held on Tuesdays to Thursdays. The assessment booking window is already open. It was opened on 12th May. It will be closing on 6th July. So for the learners who will be taking up this session, they need to make sure that they have made their assessment booking before the 6th of July. And then after the booking, the assessment test window for June intake is between 14th July to 15th August. So between these 2 dates, the learners need to have taken their assessment. The duration of every unit is 3 to 4 months. That's inclusive of the assessment period. The full course will take between 12 and 18 months. And then we have 3 intakes at ISA. We have an intake in February, in June, and in September. These classes, depending on the unit you decide to pick, these classes happen once every week, and the timing is between 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Christine, the course advisor, will be taking you through the next feature, which is the fee structure. Thank you.
Thank you, admin. Thank you, Joy, for taking us through. I know this might be a lot of information, but as you joined this webinar, we promised that we will share the recording with you. I'll just tackle the fee structure now. This means we have the registration fee. This is payable once of 5,000. And then tuition fee for every module, since we have said with this new syllabus, CIM requires you to do at least 4 modules to get the diploma. So for each module, you have to pay 33,000. And then for strategy and planning, you pay an additional 5,000. This is because of the assessment mode that was introduced to this new syllabus. We said that for strategy and planning, it has both multiple choice mode of assessment as well as written submission. And now a trainer has to go through that. So that is why we have the 5,000. And then there's also the £65, which is around 11 to 12,000 Kenya shillings, which is payable directly to CIM UK, as well as assessment fee of 135,000 Kenya shillings, £135, which when you translate will be around 17 to 22,000 Kenya shillings, which is the assessment fee for each module. So if you prepare to take CIM level 6, you have to have, prepare yourselves accordingly, because as our admin said, CIM have their own booking period. So for these modules that begin in June, AI marketing and social media management, the booking window ends 6th July. So you have to have the 22,000 when you're joining. Before 6th July, you have to have paid the assessment fee for that module that you're taking. I hope that is clear. And this is our calendar for this year. As I said, commercial intelligence was offered in February. Strategy and planning, a mandatory module, was offered in March. So the next time that they will be offered will be next year around the same time. So if you are starting, with this June intake and you decide to go with Route 2, you will have started with one module in June, and then in September you will have one module. You can pick one module, but if you go with Route 1, you won't have any modules to start with in June, but in September you will have the option to pick 2 modules, and then the other 2 modules you will complete next year. So that is it. Now, this is the path to your marketing excellence, as we have summarized it: enrolling in CIM, completing the modules, earning your certification, and then advancing your career, getting the promotions and opportunities that come with becoming a chartered marketer. So these are our contacts. And if now I'll take any questions. Do you have any questions? I think we.
Not a question, but just a statement. Susan might want to kill me, but Susan nakuja. Sijakusahau. I was just becoming a father, but now things have settled. So nakam.
Okay, karibu sana, karibu sana. We know life happens. You're most welcome.
Anyone else with a comment? Well, very much welcome, Jude. Anyone else? All right. Before we go, there will be a survey that you'll receive once this webinar ends. I urge you all to please share your comments and fill in the survey. It will really help us in improving the webinar. And also, if you would like to join the June intake, if you fill the survey, we'll have your details. All right, so thank you so much for joining today's webinar. I hope you have understood everything that pertains to CIM. That's it from my end. We had Joy on admin. We have our Managing Director, Susan. We had Teresa, who is in charge of our digital. Thank you, team, and thank you, everyone, for joining. Have a lovely afternoon and evening, and enjoy your lunch or post-lunch, I don't know.
Same to you. Have a lovely weekend to all of you.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Into the long weekend, enjoy.
Enjoy the long weekend.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.